Games Podcast.
Hello guys, welcome to Brew Games. I'm Joe Evans.
And I'm Adam Eliason.
And we want to apologize for not having any episodes come out for a little while. We've been having some scheduling conflicts from both sides here. And
we'll be back with Dano shortly though, and the Football tournament.
The Football tournament, yeah, for sure. And it's a little bit of exciting news. We met with another YouTuber from Calgary today. And we're looking at...
A different Dan.
Yeah, a different Dan. You might know him, might not, but he does booze reviews. And we had a lunch with him today. We're planning out some exciting stuff.
So keep an eye out for him in the future.
For that, yeah, for sure. And we figured we'd bring a couple beer reviews for you guys today. Talk about E3 a little bit. Maybe talk about the Steam sale that's going on currently.
Yep.
So without any further ado, let's get into the beers.
Let's do it.
So we got Rogue. We're doing 3 Rogues today. This one's the Hazel Brown Nectar Ale. So we'll give this one a try. You want to grab the opener on the side there?
I'm blind.
Above the cards. Yeah. I'll let you pour first.
All right, which glass we're using here?
We'll start with the front one and we'll move our way back.
Sounds good. I guess it doesn't matter if I pour huge amounts this time, unlike last time where we had to grab new glasses. It's definitely a hazelnut color for sure. Nice brown, kind of red too.
So this one's 6.2% ABV.
It smells like milk to me.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a nice little crimson / blood orange color.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what you say about the milky. It's like
So I'm not going crazy?
It's like milk that's just starting to turn.
Yeah.
Just not obviously a good description before we get into this, but...
Hey, we've had some stinky beers on here before that tasted pretty good.
Yeah. Well, my all-time favorite stinky beer is Tsingtao.
Yep.
I love that stuff. It smells horrible, but...
All the ones from good. Vietnam, generally in that whole area.
Yeah, Southeast Asia.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers.
You got to hold your nose when you drink it.
Really?
I got a nice whiff of like spoiled milk when I.
I like this one. It must be the hazelnuts that we're getting that smell from. I'm thinking.
I think so.
I can taste it as well.
I don't know what hazelnuts smell like, but
yeah, it's almost kind of almondy in a way, but more chocolate to it because of being the hazelnut.
Yeah.
It's like you ever had like Nutella or something, or
Ferrero Rocher.
Yeah.
Or the Nutella donut from Tim Hortons.
I've not had that.
It tastes like you're eating a giant Ferrero Rocher.
Really?
It's so good.
Oh man!
Like I don't normally go for their donuts a whole lot, but wow.
Yeah.
It's good.
So this is one of their flagship beers. It's a continuous release beer.
You can get it year round?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be able to get it year round. Unlike the next 2 that we'll be going into, but I've seen this one on the shelves for a long time. For years, so should be no problem trying to get it.
Yeah. It's very smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. You can't breathe in. Oh.
So don't smell it, but
but drink it.
Drink it.
Because even with the smell, I do like it. So
fair enough.
All right, which one are we doing next year?
We want to talk about E3 a little bit while we finish this one off.
Sure, let's do it.
So I'll let you start with news from the Microsoft camp.
Sure.
Not a whole lot, I don't think, but something that got me excited. But
I didn't get a chance to see the whole thing, just snippets here and there.
Yeah.
Backwards compatibility, that's pretty cool. I don't have a 360, but that's definitely something that could draw me towards an Xbox One.
Yeah, me being an ex-huge 360 fan and player, I've got a huge library of 360 games, and one of the reasons why I didn't jump on Xbox One right away was having to walk away from
All those
all
games.
of that. So now that this backwards compatible, not only can you play it, but you can do multiplayer on them.
Nice.
The achievement system's coming over on them, so like, unlike with the Xbox 360, you could play Xbox original games, but it was very limited.
Right.
Whereas this one's a little bit more fleshed out. It's full native. They're not doing software emulation or anything like that. It's native
Nice.
access to the game.
It's pretty sweet. That's because you can get a lot of 360 games at garage sales and everything now too.
So, you can get like $2 a game now. So
you can have a next gen system but still be within budget.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to allow you to do any kind of upscaling or make the game look better because it's on the Xbox One hardware. I'm not sure if there'll be any improvements visually, but
I doubt it.
It's supposed to play as if it's on the 360, so there won't be any weird slowdowns or anything.
Nice.
And they're also converting all those titles into digital releases as well. So if you didn't have the disc originally, but there was a 360 game that you did want to play, which just never got it, didn't have a chance, but you have an Xbox One, they're bringing those over into the marketplace so you can download them.
Nice. That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
What are the hard drive sizes nowadays? I don't even know.
So they're still at 500 gig. Like, I think both consoles have been out for 2 years now. And they're both sitting at 500 gig, but I noticed with the PS4, there's some bundles you can get now through Best Buy where they give you a 1 terabyte Western Digital internal drive.
Nice.
So you can go from 500 to a terabyte, so you double your space.
It's not bad.
Which you'll definitely need because the games now are
ridiculous.
Like 35, 40 gigs.
Even on consoles, you have to start installing them now.
Yeah. So it's going to eat up the space pretty quick.
Yeah. How about the PlayStation news?
So PlayStation, I've been on the fence for both an Xbox One and a PlayStation 4 since they both released. And Sony really came hard, I think, this year. E3, I think they won the show with their announcements. And the title's coming out. One of them is called Horizon.
Okay.
And it's a game where the world has pretty much collapsed. Civilization has almost died out, and there's a bunch of like tribes now. And so they're almost like caveman-y or like Native American tribes. Like all their clothing is just like furs and stuff like that that they've scrounged up from animals and plants and whatever else. And the animals that they're hunting are actually, they're dinosaurs, but they're robots. So I guess robotics got to this point where it just kind of organically started growing on its own, creating its own.
Okay.
So you got these dinosaurs that are just full out like robots, no flesh or anything, just robotic. Kind of like with Transformers, the new movies.
Yeah.
Not as shiny or Michael Bay-y, but it looks pretty interesting actually. I thought it was pretty cool.
Fair enough. I didn't get a chance to hear any of the PlayStation news, so I have no idea what you're talking about. But
yeah, so that game looks pretty exciting. It's gonna come out next year sometime, so hopefully next year sometime. There's been other games that have been delayed so many times, like The Division.
Yeah,
I've been waiting for The Division forever, and they had a little video of that at E3, but nothing really new from what they showed before.
Right.
So
any release date? Or no.
Best Buy is saying like December 31st, but they say that for every pre-order game right now because they have no idea.
Right. Fair enough.
Final Fantasy VII Remake is finally a thing.
Everyone went crazy about that.
Yeah. So like people have been like begging for this thing ever since Advent Children came out, the movie.
Yeah.
And when the PS3 came out, because there was a tech demo, if anyone remembers when the PS3 first launched, it was a hardware tech demo for the PS3, but it was basically Midgard recreated. But this Midgard now that they have for the remake, the official remake, it's insane. Like before it was just like, yeah, we just updated the graphics. Now it's like we completely rebuilt it from the ground up.
Yeah.
And the scale is much bigger. Yeah. Like it's more impressive than even like the original PlayStation 1 game. Like Midgard was supposed to be like a huge city. Now it's like a huge city.
Nice.
It's insane.
Same storyline, or
Exact same, but it's all like the new graphics, like Evan Children style
okay?
visuals. But like, yeah, it looks really good.
Maybe I can finally play Final Fantasy VII now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Because I've tried to play it on PS1. I didn't play it when it first came out because I just wasn't a PlayStation fan back then, or an RPG fan for that matter. But I tried to play it when I had my PS2 because I could play PS1 games, and the graphics just
Too bad.
made me want to blow my brains out. I just couldn't handle it.
Okay.
That was the thing that kept me away from PS1 is like the way they did the polygon graphics was just like they seem so ugly, especially like when you compared it to like the Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
I thought like Nintendo pulled it off better.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had an N64, not a PlayStation, so. But everyone, it always goes on about Final Fantasy VII. I never got into Final Fantasy, so.
I've only ever beat one of the Final Fantasy games, like the main games, which is Final Fantasy X. I actually fell in love with that game. It was a lot of fun. I guess they remastered that as well. So right now on the PS4 you can get Final Fantasy X/10-2 remastered.
It's 10-2.
So 10-2 was they took all the girls from 10 and then gave them the ability to sing and change costumes, and it was a story just for them. I don't know. It was really weird. I didn't like it.
Okay.
It didn't make sense to me, but yeah.
Fair enough.
Should we go on to the next beer?
Let's do it.
So we got the Rogue Farms Fresh Roast. So this one's 5.7%. And I don't know if they have actual coffee in here. It says Rogue's Farm barley fresh roasted at the brewery, so I'm not sure if there's coffee in there. It makes you feel like there is, but it might not.
Well, Rogue Farms is like all stuff they've grown, right? It's
Yeah.
beer made with stuff they've grown. And they're from Oregon. You can't really grow coffee in Oregon, right?
I don't think so.
So that makes me think there wouldn't be coffee in there.
Yeah. When I picked it up, I thought it would be a coffee one, just by the name of it, but
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I mean, it definitely looks like a coffee stout or...
Yeah, it's quite dark.
Yeah, you can't even see through that. Yeah, I don't get any coffee off of it.
Hops and malt and yeast. Sounds pretty simple, actually.
I like it.
Yep. It's not heavy. I mean, it looks really heavy. with
Yeah, it
the
looks
darkness,
heavy.
But
Yeah.
it's even more smooth than the hazelnut, I think. It smells almost burned. You can smell it.
Yeah. This reminds me of, I don't know if you remember, there was a brewery in Calgary called Brews Brothers, and they had a black IPA.
The one that from BSB's. No.
Yeah, they used to have it there. But the brewery was located in the Amsterdam Rhino location,
Okay.
which is on 11th Ave there in 5th Street. Reminds me of that beer, which doesn't really help people that...
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I would relate this to a more general sense.
What's the other black beer they had at BSB's that they just got rid of a few months ago?
The other black beer.
Black. It's like a black IPA. Black. It was on special a lot. It was like one of the best things they ever had there. It's delicious.
Are you sure it was a few months ago or like a year or so ago? Something like the black IPA, which is the Bruce Brothers Black IPA.
That was a year?
I think it's been over a year now.
Okay, the one I'm thinking of, I don't think it's been quite a year yet.
So we've had it this year.
Wrong. I guess it is almost July.
Yep.
Maybe it has been a year. maybe not one full year, but like,
yeah, it might have been last summer maybe.
Yeah.
So we're just getting into summer now.
Maybe that was it. Because that's what came to mind for me.
Yeah. It's probably, the same beer I'm talking about.
Well, how can we relate this to someone who hasn't had that then?
I'd say if you've had Guinness, but you don't like how creamy Guinness is.
Or heavy?
Or heavy. Some people find it heavy. I don't find it heavy, but a lot of people do.
Everyone I talk to says it's like eating a meal. They're drinking
Really?
a meal. Yeah. They find it way too heavy. I love Guinness, but
Guinness is very creamy, but I guess that's where the heaviness comes from. This doesn't have that.
no.
So if you don't like
hoppy.
the idea of the Guinness being so creamy or heavy, then I'd say
This is
give
what
this
you're
one a
looking
try.
for, yeah.
Yeah, this would be exactly what you're looking for.
No, for sure.
You know, I would love to make a crown float with this.
Not a fan of crown floats, but
No?
I can see why you would like that. Although all the crown floats I've had have been with Strongbow, right? Because a crown float is
traditionally it's Guinness and Strongbow.
Guinness and Strongbow.
It also depends on if your bartender can actually pour it properly or not.
Yeah,
I've seen
if they mix
bartenders
together,
go like
then-
this much cider and then a little tiny bit of Guinness, and that's not what you're supposed to do. You want to try and get that 50-50 split, but most people can't do that without it mixing together and not having that separation.
and then it's you don't want it to mix together.
Yeah.
But after having back in the day, Strongbow was like pretty much the only cider you could reliably get.
Yeah,
You
that
could
was
find
pretty
find
much
it everywhere.
anything you can get here was Strongbow.
And it was okay. I didn't really enjoy it, but I just didn't go for cider that much.
Yeah.
Now that cider is and like the whole gluten-free movement is like
Well,
going
this
on,
year is
and
like the year of ciders. Like last year was like the year of IPA, it seemed like, and this year is the year of cider.
had a lot of good ciders this year.
Yeah.
Like even the Molson cider is delicious.
Yeah.
And they're all better than Strongbow. So I could be convinced
To do it, but
I could be
just not with
convinced to have a
Strongbow.
crown float
Yeah.
with any other cider. I might actually have to try that.
Well, Summersby's been picking up a lot of steam, and that's from Denmark.
Okay, haven't had that one.
Yeah, Summersby's supposed to be a good one. Actually, don't mind Rock Creek from Big Rock.
Not a big Rock Creek fan either. To me, it's the same line as Strongbow.
Yeah, it's in the same category for sure. But if I had the choice, if they were both in front of me, I'd go for the Rock Creek.
Lately, I've been liking the Molson one, and it's another one by another big name that you wouldn't really expect to make cider. They had like an apricot or peach kind of cider. Don't remember what it was. It came in like 4-pack tall cans, but it was really good. So I could say I'm a cider fan now,
Yeah.
whereas before I couldn't. So
Yeah, I've been meaning to get into ciders. I have another friend. You know him, Bloody Iron. He doesn't like beer. He wants to like beer. He hears about everyone that enjoys beer and he wants to get into that.
Yeah.
Wants to get behind that, but he just can't get into it. So he drinks ciders.
nice.
Yeah. So you actually asked me for some good cider recommendations, and I was like, I wish I could help you, but that's just not my forte.
Your
kind of
thing, yeah.
Yeah. But
Oh,
maybe
fair enough.
soon.
Yeah.
This
And
summer,
maybe
maybe.
we'll have to do a cider.
Do a cider episode?
Or a cider review.
Yeah, we could do that.
And I'll find out what that cider was in the cans and I'll bring it.
So, we'll go on to the third one.
Third one, another Rogue Farms beer. This is the Pumpkin Savior. And although it sounds like it should be coming out in October, when
Yep.
all the other pumpkin beers are, this one is actually a spring beer.
Yep.
Do you want to pour first?
Sure.
So I guess Rogue Farms, because the Rogue Farms label is the beer made with all the stuff that Rogue has grown themselves, all the hops and everything. They had extra pumpkins from their pumpkin ale in the fall last year. So they froze them and kept them till now, till this spring ale. So it's probably one of the only breweries to make a spring pumpkin ale. But even more interesting, that you brought up actually, I mean it's got all the hops and everything, but it also has cinnamon sticks, cloves, cinnamon, vanilla beans, and ginger and nutmeg.
Yeah, so it's like all the ingredients of pumpkin pie.
pie. And when you look at the things that it pairs well with, it's pork and pumpkin pie, or desserts, I guess. But to me, it looks like a pumpkin
Yeah.
pie because it's orange. So, I'm excited to try this one.
Is there any more in the bottle? I'm just gonna
There is, yes.
pour myself a bit more here.
So this one's lighter than all the other ones we've had. It's a nice golden color. It smells very pumpkin-y.
And before we hit record, I was saying I should take my pill for this because it has wheat. But I didn't do that.
Yeah, I thought you were going to do that after.
But yeah, we can chase it later, see if it works or not.
But Joe bought this one, not me.
Yeah, this is my mistake this time. Smells pretty good.
It does smell good. I'm going to take a few sips before reserving judgment because we've had all the other dark beers.
Yeah.
I like it. So far, the pumpkins, like, you can taste it for sure.
Yeah.
It's not even light, but it's not very super strong either.
It's not as... That's weird. The taste is not as pumpkin pie as I thought it would be. But when you breathe afterwards, the aromas are just kicking about. And it does have that pumpkin pie...
Aftertaste
to it. Interesting.
Yeah.
I've had other pumpkin ales. I can't remember who made it. But theirs actually tasted like it was a pumpkin pie.
Yeah, we had it on the show. Well, we had the pumpkin eater, right?
Yeah, we had the House Sound pumpkin eater.
Yeah.
That one was pretty close to a pumpkin pie. But there's another one I had as well that was even more so. Like it felt like it had like the whipped cream on top and like the whole package.
I think with the aftertaste, I get a little bit of that.
Yeah, the aftertaste.
Maybe it's just I'm thinking of it, or maybe it's the vanilla. But
I think it's the vanilla bean coming in at the end there.
It's almost like eating a bite of pumpkin pie, because when you drink it, you mostly taste the pumpkins, and then afterwards you get the whipped cream kind of.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's very enjoyable actually. It almost seems. I'm gonna say it almost seems heavier than the other ones, but now that I say that, maybe not.
Seems more full.
Yeah, it's not as light.
It's more full bodied.
It looks pretty light, but
it definitely has a lot more going on in it.
Yeah.
So we were actually kind of scared of drinking this one.
Yeah.
Rogue doesn't have the best track record, especially when it comes to like crazy ideas like, hey, let's save some pumpkins and bring it back out in the spring.
Not that but some of those crazy ideas pay off, right?
Hey, let's like mix sriracha with stout. Or let's try and make like a peanut butter and chocolate jelly donut beer that doesn't have any peanut butter in there at all.
Just banana. But, I mean, you got to experiment, right? Someone has to.
Yeah.
So, I'm
good on them for trying.
Yeah, exactly.
I enjoy that, but
and especially on such a large,
when it's
such
like
a large production,
when it's a dud and it's like these things are like $15 a bottle, kind of hurts.
True, but they're also experimenting.
Yeah.
And making huge batches that it comes from Oregon all the way to at least Calgary.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whereas if it totally bombs, they've got a lot to lose there, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So I applaud them for them. I mean, they don't always work out, but some of them turn out pretty good too. So.
This is one that turns out pretty good.
Yeah.
So if you've been craving for pumpkin from last Thanksgiving and you don't want to wait until this Thanksgiving, definitely take a look, see if you can find Pumpkin Savior.
Yeah.
I believe I've seen it on the shelf in a few stores still.
I have too. It's a nice white bottle, so it's pretty easy to spot.
Yeah.
So let's do a quick recap. I looked up the scores beforehand of these three beers, the Beer Advocate and Rate Beer.
Okay.
How would you rate each of them?
I'm going to put probably the Nectar. Oop. Drop the GoPro.
Our backup camera.
I would give the Nectar number 1 slot. Probably put the Pumpkin Savior at number 2. And I'm going to give the Fresh Roast at number 3. Now that could change tomorrow. I might have a different flavor profile need on my tongue.
I'm going to go the other way, actually.
Yeah? So you're going to put the Fresh Roast first?
I'm going to put pumpkin first. Sorry. Not quite the other way. I'm gonna go put pumpkin first, fresh roast second, and nutmeg third.
Okay. So you're going from what you had just recently to the first one.
Yes.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna save the best for last, in my opinion. So the hazelnut, the first one we tried, had a 91 on Beer Advocate and a 97 on Rate Beer. It's actually the highest rated one.
I'd agree with that.
That's in line with what you said.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get past the smell.
Yeah, well, obviously it affected you a lot more than it affected me, but I'm the kind of guy who will actually drink a durian shake, and even Vietnamese people are like, I would never touch that. So,
I've eaten raw, fresh durian in Vietnam,
Yeah,
and
it's
I wouldn't do it
stinky.
again. But it really does. It's smell quite bad. They won't let you take it in cabs, like in enclosed cabs.
No.
So, fresh roasts. The second one we had, the one we thought was coffee but was not, got an 87 on Beer Advocate and a 94 on Rate Beer. So a little bit lower, but still fairly good scores.
Yeah.
And the Pumpkin Savior, the last one we had, got an 83 on Beer Advocate and an 85 on Rate Beer. So quite a bit lower,
Yeah.
both regards. But
I mean, all three of them are good beers. So, I mean,
even the hazelnut, even though I ranked it last,
Yeah.
I'm still happy to drink it. It's not.
yeah, just not smell it.
Yeah.
There you go. 3 Rogue beers. All
Three-
hits, no misses.
Yeah, I'd agree.
So, any one that you kind of have a gravitation to, I'd say pick it up.
For sure.
Definitely, these ones are good ones.
Yeah, and then stay tuned for our next episode where we'll have our football tournament.
Yeah, so football tournament will be happening pretty soon. We've been working on another kind of side project as well. It's called Brew Games Brewery Reports. So we'll hope to have that out pretty soon for you guys as well.
Oh, I thought that was out already.
No, hasn't been out yet.
Got something coming.
Yeah, it's been in development. I wanted to change out the intro song. So instead of saying Brew Games Podcast at the beginning, it's going to say Brew Games Brewery Reports.
Okay, yep.
So it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be its own little beast in a way.
So no video games.
No video games.
It's just when one of us goes or both of us go to a brewery.
Yeah.
And then brings back beer if they can, or just brings
Yeah.
back stories and reports
Of
on
how the tour went. That kind of thing, yeah.
So Joe went to a brewery. You'll see which one.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping to go to at least one this summer. So be a few more episodes coming up for
so
sure.
that'll be something that'll be probably every month or two kind of thing. We're going to try
I don't
and...
know how many breweries you plan to visit each month.
Well, we're going to try and build a roadmap, and maybe we can, later in the summer here, do a little road trip to BC or something. Maybe hit up a bunch of spots, and then just kind of release those over time kind of thing.
That'd be good.
Just give you guys something else to watch instead of us just ranting about video games.
And then if you're ever in BC, you'll know which brewery to go to.
Yeah.
Based on our feedback.
Exactly. Well, I
Well,
think that'll do it. Been with you guys for half an hour now, so hopefully that fills in the blank we left the past month or so. And we'll see you soon for the next episode of Brew Games Podcast.
that's right. Till next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Should we do the Franken Brew?
Sure. Do you want to keep it going then, just in case it's? Or keep the video going?
We're just on GoPro.
Okay.
Just because I don't want to like make it a main feature thing. It's kind of booze reviews thing, but we can play with it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it'd be.
Yeah.
Go meet
I'm like,
them and then
thanks for the meeting. We got lots of great ideas from you.
Yeah, that's right.
That could look pretty bad.
Yeah.
Well, you got stuff left in your glasses, and there's a little bit left in here, so
You take those, yeah, for sure.
should be interesting.
Still some in here too.
I think I've had enough of the wheat, so.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
Yep.
Actually, that color turned pretty cool.
Nice.
Now it gets dark. Dark and stormy.
So, Dan told me.
Yeah.
I I guess we should do this in case we decide to keep it in there. Say after.
What? Go on. It's on
That's how
GoPro.
you-
I can cut it out.
Okay. You can get Tahitian Treat on 17th Ave.
Oh, at the candy store?
Maybe. I think so.
Okay.
And what was the other thing from that episode? Not the big donut thing. Tell me 2 things.
Will they do an episode with Tahitian Treat?
Well, I figured we could bring it on for an episode.
Okay.
I mean, I think that'd
It's
be
making some interesting noises.
I think that'd be a funny callback. Same color.
Yep.
Close. Yours
Feels
is
a little bit
darker.
lighter.
Yeah. Not bad.
That's weird.
They're all smooth beers, so it just goes down smooth to me.
It goes smooth. It's just all the different flavors are like. For me, they jumped around quite a bit on my tongue.
Yep. For sure, but
It actually tastes like coffee now. As strange as that is, I get a little bit of coffee off of that now.
I don't get coffee. I get.
You want to try mine? Maybe mine
Sure.
tastes differently.
Fairly similar.
Yeah.
Maybe just bitter aftertaste. Is that where you get the coffee from?
Well, actually, the hazelnut brown nectar has coffee in it,
Really?
so I guess that's where the coffee's coming from. Yeah, it's got 2-row Munich C1575 C120 kiln coffee, Brown and Rogue Farms Dare and Risk malts, Rogue Farms Revolution independent hops, hazelnut extract, free range coastal water, and Pac-Man yeast. It's kind of the interesting thing about the Rogue. It's like all their yeast is just their Pac-Man yeast that they make. They don't use any other yeast except for the Beard beer.
Yeah.
That one's not Pac-Man yeast. That's Brewmaster's beard yeast. Rogue Fresh Roast is made with Rogue Farms barley fresh roasted at the brewery. The barley is taken directly up to the roaster and rushed 273 feet over to the brew kettle. We don't think it gets much fresher than that.
Nice.
Even the hand, like it looks like, to me it looks like coffee. The way it like chips away and stuff, and the way it's brown. So that's what I was thinking. It was like a coffee.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But
like fresh roast. It's yeah.
yeah. But I guess it's just the barley.